Okay, so we're gonna talk today. Oh, mommy, this guy. So I'm gonna talk really quick about the energy that's going on in the world and how it's just been a lot heavier lately than normal. So I started to feel it a lot yesterday and the night before. Just this heavy energy of death. You know, a heavy energy of death, which sat on my chest on my chest energy. And last night I kept being gifted with these with these come on country. I kept being gifted with additional like hearts, more hearts. And again, I've been failing, working on my diet and working on my things. I was like, maybe it's, my eating habits and, how I'm trying to go alkaline and, you know, I'm not meeting up at the same frequency as I want to with my eating and how it's hard and I fall back. And so I then get to this point where, hold on a moment. Where I get to this point where I'm noticing that God is putting a blanket over the earth. He's putting this heavy blanket of energy over the earth, and it's attacking, the chosen children. It's attacking everything. It's just a blanket. But what I asked, because I told him, I went to him today. I went to God. I went to the universal creator too. My brothers and sisters and my husband. I said, my spirit family, and I just climbed a ladder into my father. I climbed a ladder into him and I shut the door and I started to cry. I said, this energy makes me feel like I'm alone, and I know I'm not supposed to say that. I know I'm not supposed to say I'm alone, because every time you say alone, you lose a member of your team, your spirit family, because you're being ungrateful. And God's like, okay, well, if you feel alone, you don't feel like I'm walking with you, then I'm going to take your gifts away, because you're being a brat, and I get there and I'm like, I understand, Baba, but I'm like, I see people clicking up on the spirit, on the physical realm, finding their soul tribes and connecting with their soul tribes, and and they doing a damn thing, they clicking up and they, being around each other and talking to each other daily and stuff like that, and that comes from a sense of jealousy, in a sense too, for me, because I'm like, it's hard for me to reach out to people and click up, because I get a lot of jealousy in my circle. I be getting a lot of jealousy when I try to, hook in, especially from the female department. And I'm like, I have nothing. I have nothing in my, repertoire, my things that like I give a lot of energy to, my sisters and my girls around me, and I honor their beauty and their sacrifice and their words, and that has been very hard for me to notice, to see. Like, once I get to a point in channeling, I got to come back to earth. However, However, yeah, I went to him and I started crying, and he filled up to like right here in tears, like he was almost about to cry, and I was like, oh shoot, I should stop and be more grateful. Instead of being sad, just being grateful that I'm set to the back. I'm behind the veil. Like, y'all, if I could tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this. When I look out around me, I have to work very hard not to see what's in front of me. I have to work very hard not to see the spirits on the other side walking around and talking and coming to the veil, knocking and being like, hey, and even my daughter sees it. She always waves at everybody and say hi. It gets to that thin veil part where it's like, okay, it used to be that it was further away from me. It was far away. And then it started getting closer and closer and closer until it's almost right in front of my face. And I see them battling. I see them working the light. I see them trying to take away the negativity. I see them working and doing their thing. And, they're like, if we got to stop to console you because you feel like we're not around you, that takes away from our energy. That takes away from the stuff that we're doing on the other side. So it's like you have to be strong in yourself and know who you are in order for the people that's over on the other veil to get their job done. It's like they come to me and they're like, hey, this person just passed away. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And then some people, I'm like, yo, bring them here. Have Anubis bring them here. Bring them to me. I want them a part of my group. Others, it's like, what is take them to that one feminine, take them to this, do this thing. Unless they're a part of my immediate crew on my ship, I can't put more people into my DNA at this point in time because I need to start shedding some layers. I have to start shedding some layers because the impact of a large amount of death, you could feel it coming. It's like a rumble in the motherfucking jungle. It's like you just awoken the last key in the last key that's going to crack the egg open. And when you crack that egg open, it's dark matter that come out. Dark matter go to the head and check where you are on your journey and take something from you and go. So it's been very heavy, but I think we need as a frequency, as a uplifter, to get on a lighter note. This is why eating so heavy for me drags my spirit. I love banana bread. And I make this cinnamon strawberry compote and put it on top of it. It's just delicious. I love cereal. I'm starting to notice that my little taste buds is acting up. My taste buds is going against me. But then I start to also take it to the standpoint of I need to start nurturing and taking care of my body, but it's hard. So since I'm seeing these like devastating acts and devastating, like it's like this. So I'm at the veil and I'm like Nana Buruku, Nana, Nana, go get me the charge that allows me to see the blanket of death behind the veil of death. Because you got the white veil and you got the black veil, right? You got the red veil and you got the green veil. These is all different. They're all different because it depends on what area you went in when you died. I was watching the this voice box thing, where this dude was doing talking to the dead and stuff like that, with his crystal and his little box and stuff like that, and talking to him. I was like, this on some next level shit. Like, you normally when you channeling through the veil, you gotta know exactly where you going. So when he had his guys going to and from this area, I'm like, I can see clearly what's happening, but I'm gonna just be quiet. So it gets me to this point of I want to use this dark energy, this heavy energy, this sad energy. I want to use it for something, and it's slowly linking together like a chain, and I don't know what form this is about to go to, but this chain link. Go, go, yeah, yeah. This chain link fence, or this chain link, is supposed to eradicate the veil in a sense, and it needs very heavy energy of that. That's why I was like, if people could get on their activation codes of their melanin, we could work as a crew. you know we could work as a crew to take everything down and put up the real physical shield as well. Because if we could get God, if we can, so God has already put the blanket around the earth. If we can confirm that veil by using our melanin and projecting it to the outside of the sphere, we can, where two or more are gathered in my name, there shall I be. We can confirm with God that we are on the same page. And once we confirm, the death toll is big, because it's not going to be one thing when you do that. It's going to be this and this and this and this and this. It's going to be a whole bunch of everything combined into one big old black diamond. That big old black fucking diamond is what is going to shift the energy, and I could drive it. I could drive the energy. I could drive the energy with that diamond. And if I could drive the energy, what is this, Mama? Nana Buruku. She's saying that she has a 7 foot pole of organic matter coming through at a certain time, and I have to be there. I got to be there to do what with it? Organic matter. What's that mean? 7 foot pole and 7 organic matter. 2 8 8 9 10 1 0 1 plus 0. We got infinity. Infinity is circle, snaked, so combined. Okay. When is it coming? Okay, cool. I have a lot of spirits in my house. Ever since I said I feel alone, they've been making themselves known through orbs, and they've been really showing up for me. Because I separate myself for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking to my father today, and I said, why do you keep me at arm's length in the physical realm? And make me feel like I'm crazy. Me crazy. Why you leave me there? Why you leave me off to the side and not give me information? You leave me up to the corner to cry, eh? And he was like telling me that you are behind the veil, maneuvering the stars to pass information. Past information about Mars. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna try my best to just be more uplifting and because the mother duck can lower the energy too herself, but then it's hard for her to get back up because when I'm channeling a goon, when I'm channeling Google, right? And then I'm channeling with Oya, that's some very deep energy. And if your ass can't swim, if you can't fly or swim in dark matter, you gonna get sunk. You gonna get sunk. And if you sink, that means that like this next variant is going to shut your lung development off. It's gonna shut your lungs off. And if it shut your lungs off, you can't breathe. But I don't think people are taking shit serious. Like we're at a real war with these fucking people. We're at a real war, and we already won because I saw the plan. But we just got to do our due diligence, and we got to do our work in order for us to get the physical world win. The physical world win. You know. And just I have to be more careful with where I watch and who I talk to and stuff like that too, because I notice how people really affect my energy, because I've also noticed that since my melanin is activated, people have become more aggressive. Energies have become more aggressive towards me. You know, as soon as I did that, shit got real. And I have to control my anger, period.com, because I can't do this, you know. Like I really got to control my anger. Like control is the name of the game, because as soon as that spark happened, like my whole fucking skin started to like this tree branch coming like from out of everything, and it's like took over the whole house. You know, that dark matter energy just took over. So I'm like, oh shit, it's spreading. Like it's spreading. This dark energy is spreading. And I can't stay in the house with it, like, because it completely takes over everything. It fills up the container. I go outside to the trees, and the trees absorbed it. The trees absorbed it. And I was like, this is why nature plays a better key to the passage of everything. So it's like, if I can't be on a fucking beach with the sun and the trees, and that's where I want to be. So now I have to start changing my direction now that my skin is activated into where I need to be. But the trees have been absorbing a lot of it. Like if I go outside for a little bit, like I need to go for a walk, period. And then something told me to drink coffee and milk together at the same time. And it will help to control the heartbeat of it. And I was like, I can't drink coffee on alkaline diet. I was like, what? I can't drink milk on alkaline diet. I was like, what? I don't get it. Like, you telling me to do this, but like I have to follow a little bit of like to take care of my vessel, because I still have like some issues that I need to work on. But it goes, the coffee will activate it, and the milk will help to align it for the dark and the light side. And he goes, then you add some sweetener, a date syrup, into it, and then it helps to mold it together. And I was like, okay, at this moment in time, I can't, I need to drink more water for a little bit first. because I have been feeling a heavy energy on my heart, and I need to just align my spirit first and my body so that this energy, but it's getting big, you guys, like it's getting big. And I was just a little bit scared that I wouldn't be able to control all of this energy. Even somebody who made me mad, how I'm not supposed to go from zero. Like, I'm not gonna worry about that. But it's heavy fucking energy. Heavy. Like my hands are up right now and I'm passing it to y'all for y'all to have some of it so y'all can activate y'all melanin and y'all, like, even if you the whitest complexion, you still came from a black woman. So underneath that white skin, there's a layer. It's a layer. So I just want to activate it. So if all of us get on the same page, we about to take all of this energy and wrap it around the world and blanket it, you know. So oh, that's a little better. Holy moly, I feel a little better. Oh, I feel like I could sleep a little. That shit is fucking heavy. I started going back into time using all of this energy, and I went back in time, and I just sat in this like field. It had sunflowers and like little white poppy flowers and yellow flowers, and I just sat in it, and I was so like, I was so thankful that God can give me a minute of time to just lay amongst the grass and the trees and the birds and the bees and just like the, look at the ladybugs and the praying mantis. You just like that I could have a moment in time where it's just me and God talking. Like I don't have to worry about what everybody else is gonna say about me or anything like that. Like I have a moment in nature where I can nurture my relationship with God, and I think maybe I take that for granted because I'm searching for physical connection when it's all about my connection with God. Like what He tells me to do, I always do it. No matter what people say and tell me, like, you know, you're not that special, all that kind of stuff. I don't care what anybody says because I know that when I go over to the other side, I'm going with God. I'm going with God, and me and Him are going to establish like that we are one. And He just takes me to these most beautiful positions in life, and He's like, just sit in this moment for a second. He's like, just sit in this moment, and I would sit and I would be like, look, if you look deeper into the earth, you can see that the animals on the ground is just us on a smaller scale. We're not no more special than the ants and the crickets and stuff like that. We are just a reflection of that we're on the ground right now. We are the animals and the fucking bees and the birds. We are there, but they are playing our role. Basically how we act, the animals act. If we wilding out, they're gonna be wilding out. But when we start to tame our energy through our melanin, through controlling the melanin, we can write a new script for the future. We can write a new script for the animals. We can write a new script for the trees. And it is our job as Anunnaki, it's our job as the intelligence, the central intelligence of this fucking world is us. We are the intelligence. We were sent here to clean the shit up, get it back on this channel, and get it to a higher level of consciousness. So I had to raise y'all motherfuckers up from a spiritual and put us back in the position of the galactic family that we're supposed to be. So sometimes it's not about, I'm going to go over here and talk to this person, or I'm going to tag this person on a post. Sometimes it's about taking a step back, sitting on the mat, and finding your familiarity through spirit. Like, I sat on the mat a couple nights ago, and I'm like, okay, Father, I want to call somebody through the veil. I want to call this person through the veil. And so I put in my code, my 3696, my code, and it says, the Great Mother has now brought you to the table. So I sat with this person at the table and I go, I need your help. I said, I need your help. And then he goes, what can I do? And I said, I want you to know that death is temporary. That I will take people offline, but they're coming back. I said, they're coming back because death is just over here in this corner. They're not really dead. They're in this corner over here, and I need to get them from this corner to this corner to this corner so we can open up this egg, right? Because you have to birth from death in order to stuff it into this egg. And the people that die, that's coming up here, I got a whole program set up here. Once they go, we have another section to be able to crack the egg and bring them back into this sphere. So I keep talking about this veil because it's very heavy to look at, It's very difficult to look at. My eyes be burning. My eyes burn, and like it's hard to we're at a point in our existence where things is happening so fast in the spiritual that sometimes I can't keep up, I'm trying the best that I can. But Angel, you about to drop that, honey. Okay. I just can't have for any hiccups because I keep getting pinged. I said, change the news station, right? I said, change the news station and start putting out more stuff about what's going on in the stars. Reopen all of these, shut down facilities. And I want you to just look at the sky because what happens above is about to happen below, right? So they started posting, there's like a bunch of new introductions into our solar system, which is our family arrived already. That's a key. It's a secret. Our family has arrived. So the astronomers are talking on a higher level and hiding the information. But if you bring that shit down and you look at it from the perspective of this is happening, a huge asteroid is coming. And they were like, oh, it's supposed to be here on Thanksgiving. And then I'm like, well, y'all got 12 more to figure out too. If y'all trying to just get on one asteroid, which is stupid, like they trying to blow up an asteroid. They trying to blow up a fucking asteroid by sending something on it. I'm like, okay, well, what you gonna do with the other 12? It took you a couple billion to get this one fucking ship up and running. Y'all ain't got no motherfucking money. And you can't even go to space because the fucking stone in Egypt. Y'all can't touch shit. Y'all can't go nowhere. Y'all about to get your ass whooped. Y'all have to. Oh, it happened to the dinosaurs. It happened to the fucking Egyptians. It happened to the Atlanteans. Y'all gotta get your ass whooped. Good has to defeat evil. Good has to defeat evil with fucking good, bad, and evil. They got all of the resources. So now with the asteroid coming, now I'm getting motherfucking pings. I'm getting pings after I was telling everybody that there was an asteroid coming from behind the sun because God sent that one. And now all of the galactic universe sent a whole bunch of other ones. We started at 14. We had uh, a bunch of other feminine and masculines team up together to catch a bunch of other ones. And now we got more coming. And it's like, unless they give the throne, unless they have the last jinn walking, the genie walking, the last king walking, unless they give the throne and the crown back to the rightful throne of this earth, unless they stop the evil acts with this COVID shit and these vaccines, unless they stop what they're doing, they're putting all of the people of Earth on the front lines. Like these evil ass motherfucking entities who aren't even supposed to be here. They're not even supposed to be in this body, in my body, in your body. It's not supposed to be on Earth, period.com. They're supposed to be on their own fucking territory and they blew up their motherfucking world and they came and fucked mine up. And that's not they were hired to do what they did, and now their time is up and they're mad as fuck because they're losing. And they lost. And they're sore fucking losers. So when certain asteroids come down and impact, that's gonna impact all of us, including me. People think that I want to live forever or shit like that. Nah. I know exactly where I'm going. I know the portal guy is gonna send a motherfucking spaceship come get me. I ain't afraid of death. Not afraid. Shit. Death is temporary. I'm gonna rebuild this shit right after. God is gonna rebuild this shit in 7 days. And then there will be light. Done. Period. So if we don't have to sit and just contemplate like how the fuck do we get them out of the motherfucking fake ass office? All of these government systems are fake. They're fake. They're fake. They're fake. They're fake. They're putting on an act. They Shakespearean plays. It's done. Like I need it to be done because my babies are coming back and they're all sitting like behind the veil, just waiting for me to open the key, get the key, and open the door and let them in. And it's like I can't do that, mommy. I can't do that unless we get together. We use our melanin and we put a protective field around the earth. I'm gonna lock the melanin in, and then we're gonna burn them alive while they're in here, or something else is gonna happen. I'm not the strategic mind behind the military sources. We got better people who can think better for that. I just know it needs to be done. Like it needs to be done. It needs to be done. I can't see no more fucking my sons die like this. Like I can't. I won't. I refuse to see any more my sons die of gun violence. To see any of my sons die of cancer. To see them die, such painful fucking death. Like that really affects me. You know. And when I get angry and sad at the same, when you have anger and sadness at the same time, it's a recipe for another disaster. It's like unzipping. It's like I see this vision of people unzipping these body bags, right? They're unzipping these body bags and opening it up and placing something on their forehead, like a number on their forehead, and zipping it back up and putting them on these fucking big old dump trucks, putting the bodies in the dump trucks after they put the number on the head. When Revelation said they were going to give these numbers to people, the vaccine has the numbers in them. That was the code. Because all you have to do is just say, God, when it's my time, I'm ready. Whether it be this or this or this. If you protect me, God, I trust you more than I trust this motherfucking government. I trust you than I trust any more of these motherfuckers. Because if you look back in the past, what they was doing with fucking the diseases they would inject men with fucking these horrible diseases, and they would take it back to their women and their family, and they was dying. It was killing us through giving us the cure. That was a signal that they was testing. That was a test when they was giving these men giving them syphilis. They would inject them in of syphilis just to study how syphilis reacted to the body. Made them come in and check up on them and be like, hey, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling okay? They were using them as lab rats. Like, if we didn't learn anything from the Tuskegee experiment, if we didn't learn anything from fucking Hitler and they people fucking taking twins and working on their fucking genetic sequence, like, it goes deeper than that. Like we need to make it known that of course they're evil. They're not protecting nobody. And then they're injecting the kids, man, as young as 5 years old. As young as 5. And I'm like, y'all can't see the trajectory of the vision of the body bag in this? Like, is there no fucking hope for these people? They were even injecting people who are high of intelligence with these, because women can birth from the star constellations. If you could fly far, if you can go in the farthest corners of the earth and you could fly, you could get children from other constellations to be born through your portal, right? So they would give these women these pills that were laced with like cyanide and all this other stuff because that components, when combined together, slits off the DNA sequence to receive high frequency children. So if you put a slit in that DNA sequence and it bleeds out, that is staining the child, so the child can't be born in high frequency unless that is cauterized. That blood is cauterized. So they were taking these women, saying they were giving them the cure, only to turn around and their children were being born with autism, high functioning things. Like, some of these kids are so high functioning from the mental capacity, but they can't communicate their genius because of that DNA sequence. That's what they were studying. That's why they would steal some of these people on earth and steal the women and the men and take the semen and take the eggs and try to figure out the best way for them not to get the help for earth. Because they say, if we take away the future leaders, if we take away the highest functioning people from birth, and we diminish their intelligence, then we can win the war. Then we can win the war. I'm like, y'all reptilian motherfuckers. Y'all is fucking up with my genetic sequence for the feminines. And it's like that affects it galactically. You're messing with the Galactic Federation, period. So now we have all these star constellations that drove from their place and they're sitting in our solar system, but they change the exterior because it's a projection. The sky is a projection. Everything we see sometimes could be projections, right? And through this projection, that's how they manipulate what we see because they're behind the scenes, got some of the fucking brightest minds that they got programming what we see. So now we're getting to a point where we get into their society, take that shit down, and then we get inside of the physical manifestation of the original system. And we take away their fucking keys so they can't do this shit. And then we drop the shield. It's Star Wars being played on a manifest galactic level. I mean, it's just what as above, so below. You see the animals start acting crazy. That's when you know it's time to fucking get your shit in order. When you see the birds start getting on the ground and talk to the ground, like, what's about to happen, bitch? We can't be in the sky anymore. What's happening? I'm like, you better ground off fucking flights. Let's just say that. I better ground all the fucking flights. So, you see the birds start acting crazy. You see the fucking dogs start barking and the cats start fucking running around like they're crazy in a circle. You start to see it happen with the animals first because they are connected to the mother. The mother be passing the animals the information to pass to the humans. And y'all put the animals in a fucking cage. Like, you got better channelers in animals than you do in fucking humans. Y'all just do that. Y'all let them in cages and test on their genetic sequence and stuff. Like, let them be. So it's just been very heavy energy. Like, I know it's ticking at the 11 o'clock. It's about to be midnight, but I'm just having a hard fucking time with this. And the other thing that I saw and I see, there was a man, right? A man in the grocery store. His skin was falling off, and he had a mask on. His skin was falling off and he had his mask. I was like, that's a motherfucking monster if I ever seen one, you know? And I go and, I'm holding my daughter and he starts to trail back towards me. And so I say, Angel, change your form into this. I held up a picture in my mind into this. And she shifted her skin and moved and turned into this thing. And then the dude zipped off his fucking suit and became the biggest motherfucking nastiest fucking creature I have ever seen. It was a David and Goliath type situation. I was like, ugh. So I had two rocks in my pocket. I had two, a rose quartz and a pink moonstone, big thick one too. So I take my form, I pause it, and I go back. I get the rock and I say the secret word that God told me when I ran into this creature. So the secret word, and it started to glow, pink stone. So he goes, now I want you to throw it at his face, at his eye, his third eye. And I go, and I get up and I throw it. And I threw the rock, and it started to like it was being controlled by something else. And it went into his eye. And he said, take the third one or the second one, because it was only two in my pocket. The third one was God. He was the rock. And so I took the other one. I was like, God, I really like this stone. I don't want him to have it. Like, I programmed this energy to a T. Like, I was like, and he goes, don't worry. You will be gifted with more. So I take the stone and I throw it, and it went to his heart. And then I held my hand out for someone, and on each end, and we prayed. We prayed to the universal creator for just forgiveness and said, if we got to go with him, let's go. We ready. He was holding hands. And we all started to sing a song. And I saw him panic. From there was a sun that came out, big old sun that came out in the sky, in the grocery store, big old sun that came out. And activated those two stones, and he blew up. It was in the middle of the night. I think it was like 9 o'clock. He blew up. And not just like, it was very hard to sit with this energy on my heart and not be able to translate it too. You know, not be able to translate it. So I may not be on the front line, y'all, but I'm on the front line. I may not be in y'all groups or y'all minds or anything like that, but I promise y'all, I'm on the front line. I'm on the front line, and I'm making the best of everything. I just really miss my family. You know, I miss all my people, even though they're here. Just that hug and that familiarity. Because that was an intense battle last night, and an um, intense energy from my heart. Very intense. But I am blessed. I am. Ain't got nothing to complain about. So I want to send a warning of more earthquakes coming up. And where the earthquakes are, this is signifying that that's where the creature originated, because all of them is coming to this area. All of the motherfucking leviathans of evilest creatures is coming before the devil get here. Before he has to answer to his crimes against humanity. So they all coming and they surfacing at certain levels in a corridor. This is why I said December 30th is important, because we got to reestablish the law in the land, you know, and give back to the people who actually stood up and did their part in the system and didn't care what other people thought of them. Give them the motherfucking keys to the areas they want. That was simple. The message went out and barely anybody did they shit. Therefore, y'all ain't gonna get it. That's how you establish the matriarchs, and the top people is the ones who's gonna talk the craziest shit in this version of reality to send the vibrations out to the mother. So I with all that, I just say maybe loneliness isn't so bad, because I could see clearer if I'm not surrounded by someone else's ego, or I'm not surrounded by other people's that I have to put on their show for them and be a monkey and clown around. Like, if I don't have to be a clown, I can see clearer. If I pass the buffoonery on and y'all all watch the buffoons and the baboons, it distracts me and lets me do what I need to do. So I want to thank Rod for helping out with his posts. They have given a lot of energy for me. I want to thank what's that girl on my page, Modern Wisdom or something like that. She's on my prophetess page. Wise Royalty or something like that. Wise Royalty. She be posting good. My girl Amber Banks, she been hooking it up, with the memes and the posts and stuff like that, and really, really helping me out. Who else have been posting and I'll be seeing? What's her name again? I forget. Righteous Decoy or something like that, or something Decoy. I forgot. She's been doing a good job and posting, and she's getting a little bit off of the crazy spectrum, so that's good. Coming back down to reality a little more, and playing with the ether that be and the energy that be, so she can see clear. She got glasses now. Because as soon as our matriarchs get a little older, sometimes they need spirit glasses. Because when they went in babies in the 70s, 80s, and at the 80s, as soon as 89 hit, they had to stop. They had to stop some shit, because that's when the mothers came out, and they had messed up the eyesight for some of the feminine with the vaccines that they had when they was younger, that was untested in children. Even the smallpox vaccine, they would Trojan horse the smallpox vaccine. And when you Trojan horse a smallpox vaccine, they put other stuff inside of it because they have the ability, because everybody trusted that the vaccine worked. Shit, I even had angel, you know. Give me some love. Love me. Love me, chicken. I'm so blessed to have you. I'm blessed. You are so powerful. You know that? You're powerful. I'm proud of you for learning that quick how to control your melanin. You hear me? Good job. So when I get to thank some of these people, even Kali Amun-Ra, even Kali be doing his shit. Like, it don't matter. He be saying some wild fucking shit, man. I be like, I'm not watching this shit. He be wilding, my nigga. He be wild. I be like, yeah, you doing your thing. You talking up front, but behind the scenes, he adding sunlight to everybody and upgrading their frequencies because he's a doctor too. I don't know if you know it, but he used to be a doctor. And Kemet, he used to be one of the astronomers and a body doctor. Because if you could understand the stars, nigga, you could understand the body. Because it's all written. You just tell him what chart you came out of. He don't even know it from the back end. He just align it to help heal your body through sunlight. So I'm happy to see he woke up because I was scared. I was like, when we gonna do without the doctors? The men's gonna come out of their comas and they, war wounds, and then we ain't got nobody to put them back together. We need doctors. But I need more feminines in my circle that I trust and that I love, and I need to be more engaged with the feminines that I do have. Um, with the feminines I do have, but I'm really just proud of a lot of my children, of God's children. Shit, not gonna sit aside and act like I'm some amazing power, but I get all my power from God. Like, He really does love us. Like, He loves His children. He loves us, even no matter what I've done in the past. He always provides me with dreams of hope and love. He always provides me with just the best information. So I'm very, 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 very lucky to have such an amazing father, such an amazing love in my life. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. But some of the people that I haven't really seen too much, but I saw one dude. I just don't remember his name. I'm so sorry, but he's one of the troop rallies. Like, he rallies the fucking troops and speak what he do. And I always say, I'm gonna put a halo over your head so that you could see in the dark and you could show them where to go. I forgot his name. But he's on the front lines for physical too. Just like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. They had to go into the pig, into the hog, to shut it down, to tell them to shut down. But they wouldn't shut it down because they was making lucrative money. So they wouldn't shut the pig down. So God about to starve the hog. He about to starve the hog. And that's going to be sad because there's so many people who follow him, who follow this area. Even some of our leaders follow this area of expertise. And I'm like, y'all have no idea what's behind this shit. But we just needed a army to step up. We needed an army to start walking. But y'all could be the army from the comfort of y'all home too. Just activate your melanin, figure that out. Get it to a point where it's moving outside of your body. That's why I created this energy of Oya too. My version. It's what I want my dark side to look like. Like, she's powerful and brave and sexy and cool and like she's a cool cat. That's what I want my dark side to have a form and look like that. Anyway, I think I'm done. I know I would say I was gonna take a break, but I feel like to the few who listen that I got something, that we have something great coming to us. If we could transverse this final hour and we could fight with the tenacity of 20 suns, if we could fight and take down the tippy top of the motherfucking pyramids that they placed in our place, and we take them down and we take our crown back and we reestablish that God owns Earth, that this war will always have a victorious outcome, because we got brothers and sisters sitting in the stars waiting for us to open the gates so they could come down. They sitting there. They're like, hey, yo, they got this gate up. We can't come in. We can't show you the power of God unless you drop the motherfucking buffoonery, the sheep. You got to drop the sheep. So as soon as you drop the sheep, we turn on the lights. We show them. You're under arrest for your crimes against humanity. Once the reptilian take off the mask and we see through their fucking flesh, how they maneuvering through these people, creating underground bunkers to fucking control us from the top. If they underground, they could control, just like I said, the animals on the below, just reactions of us. When you underground, they were digging the tunnels to control us on the top. So how we walk. Like sometimes you would walk and walk and walk and you'd be like, where am I going? What am I doing? And then you forget. Sometimes other people were turning on portals and leading you into their den and eating. So if you didn't have your melanin activated to fight back, if you didn't have your shield up on your light, the ray of light, you have the ray behind you. If you have Ra behind you, Ra will fucking be the lion behind you. Like, don't touch this person. Don't touch my baby. Don't touch my kids, He's a very protective father. He's a very protective father. It's not just the reptilians. I'm not meaning to call nobody aside, but I'm telling you guys that some of these entities behind these people are very disgusting creatures. Very disgusting. So it is up to us to start taking the masks off, Scooby-Doo. Start taking the mask off, Scooby-Doo. Like, now it's about to be the physical battle to ensure our rights. We just had to get organized. We had to get organized to a certain point to where we could start fighting. So let's just get on the same page. Let's get happier. Let's get on the love frequency. If y'all could send me a little love frequency after dealing with that thing, and then I get into a fight because I'm like, yo, I know it's very hard to deal with this stuff, especially with you not seeing what's going on, and I'm just telling you what to do from the behind the scenes. But I'm like, Gabriel, I need you to trust. I need you to trust the system. You know, it's like if I got to get my brothers out here and my my uncle, my Uncle David, and if I got to call them and be like, hey, yo, come out here, and I need you to protect me. Whatever you need, I need you to sit on this plot of land, and if I need you, just come with me. If that's what I gotta do, then that's what I'm gonna have to do. And I'll have to figure that out, which means I gotta go back on the field. I gotta go back to work and maneuver the system so I can get enough to move them here so they can protect me in the circle. Shoot, because I be going to so many spiritual battles here because this land, Washington. Who is the first president of the United States? And why is Washington, D.C. so important? District of Columbia. Why is that so important to put a White House on it? Why is it two Washingtons? Black Washingtons and white Washingtons. Why is there a black Washington and a white Washington? Who tried to steal whose identity? Which is the real Washington and where should the White House be? Why were they creating a duplicate and flipping it over there in DC? What's up? Why would God put me here in Washington with no black people? White Washingtons took over the black Washington's territory. So this was the strongest horse that they had because they put all the tech companies and the big old fucking, this is where they stored the supercomputers and all this kind of stuff for some of the toughest fucking agencies they had. So finally it get to a point where I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go through the underground tunnel. I'm going to go through the real estate and understand how they move and maneuver in the system up above through real estate. My degree is in marketing, business marketing on their system. I want to understand how they mind work. Why did they choose certain plots of land to put their business on? Why? What is the purpose of that? What is it controlling in a higher version, in a higher realm? What is it controlling? How are they trying to shift perception through a higher realm? How? This is how my mind works. It's off to the side. How are they maneuvering from a real estate standpoint and putting these big old towers, these big old motherfucking towers, New York City? It's like needle points, pressure points. Why would they put such a dense, heavy motherfucking building on a very thin part of the anatomy of the veil? Why would they do that? Why? What are we missing from a global perspective, from a metaphysical perspective? What were we missing? Needle points on the mother's back. New York used to be the brain. I say used to until we blew it up and switched that shit. Flip that bitch. Why were they using little needle points in the brain? Why? Why is Antarctica frozen now? Frozone, motherfuckers. Why is Antarctica frozen when we had hella motherfucking pyramids in Antarctica? What does Antarctica control in the feminine body? Look at it from a fucking anatomy standpoint. What does Antarctica control? Are we talking kidney? Are we talking liver? What are we talking? What's thank you, mommy. Thank you so much. You're such a good girl. You're such a good child. I am proud of you. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. And so sweet. And you know how to dance. Girl, you know how to dance. Look at you, mom. Yeah, get it. Hey, hey. Why is Iraq so important? Besides the physical elements that are there, why would it be so important to the mother's body? Why would it be so important to the body of the mother to place large amounts of cobalt, which controls computer systems in that certain area? Why would she place so much diamonds in Congo? Like, y'all got to take it to a different standpoint and put the Earth's map up to the fucking mother. Put it to Virgo. Align the map of the chakra map and the Virgo map and place that shit together and layer it together and figure out the mind of these motherfucking mental ass people who understood the body of the mother is important. So they say, put all of this dirt inside the mother's head is gonna mess with her motherfucking blood pressure. It's gonna mess with her kidney disease. It's gonna make sure that all of this happening. We're gonna give her the cure in the pill form. And the pill was really gonna be she eating. What is she eating? What is she taking by taking these pills? By pushing the blood pressure down. She can't control motherfucking volcanoes then. Her blood pressure is strictly controlled with the volcanoes. The only thing we can't really control was the earth itself until we stabilize the economy of the black woman by giving her these motherfucking pills and taking her babies and murdering them because they are stars in our system. Take it back to the motherfucking beginning. God so loved the world that he gave his unbegotten daughter. Oh, chicken. I'm not mad. He gave his unbegotten daughter, right? But first he had to create Eve out of his own image. He had to create her out of his own image. It had to be a mirror of God. Why does Oshun hold up a mirror? That has never been listed in no Yoruba culture. They said that she had a brass fan. Why was it switched at a certain point to a mirror that Oshun holds up? What symbol and signal is that? Why did it switch at a certain point in our trajectory of religion, of spirituality? Why did it shift from a brass fan to a mirror? Why? So you take it back and you look at what the children of God are reworking in the atmosphere by telling stories. By saying the earth is a turtle, the oldest person on the earth, the oldest thing on the earth is a fucking turtle, right? So if that's the oldest thing, link it up with the oldest human. Eve, Lucy, whoever you want to call her. The turtle and Eve. Obatala is represented by a snail. Why is he a snail? What is the correlation between that? I'm not giving the answers. I'm just asking the questions. I'll question everything. This is why it was hard for me to follow religion, because I'm going to ask questions. Because when I talk to God and I bring him the book that you gave me, that you called the Quran, and I asked God, I said, can you translate this? Because it's been translated 80 times. I want to see exactly what it says in the beginning of time when you gave it to Moses, when you gave it to these prophets. I want to see it originally before it was shifted, before we shifted consciousness into man-made shit. I want to see the beginning of these books. I want to question them. I want to question the Bible. I want to question the Jehovah's Witness that you put me under. You gave me every religion when I was in foster care. I was Muslim. I was Jehovah's Witness. I was Christian, Baptist, all these religions under these people that they was believing in. I sat in their classes. I sat in their churches. I sat in their mosque, and I sat and I wanted to learn. I wanted to know. What? Where are you leading these people based on the doctrine that they have been given? Why are you giving them the book to read when God has the original? That if you turn on a specific channel, you can look in between the lines, and when you shift off the black, it's all red. If you look at the Bible and you go to the Quran and you open it up and you turn off your black settings in your eyes, it's all red. It's red words listed all throughout. Red, red, red. Why is it red? God said that's what y'all can see because y'all blind. Y'all can see through fire. Y'all can see fire. Because when y'all looking at fire, y'all looking at God. So if I put it in red, then they can start to see. So I'm like, so you're saying that these books are coded for a certain purpose, and so if a man knows that it's coded, they can rework God's word into what they want so more people can follow him? So King James writing this Bible and shot over here writing this Bible, they shifting words with their mind? You're telling me, God, they is reworking your work, original work, instead of translating it directly as you said. They're moving time because they think we're blind. And if you sit in the dumbness and the blindness, then you deserve to be led astray. That's you. God is a goddess. That's why they demonize the woman. Heart, 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 heart. I love that statement, Joe. I love that statement. We are in the womb of a goddess. We are the children of a goddess. As above, so below. Why do you think they made these goddesses and these statues so tall? Why do you think they made them so tall? As above, so below. Avatar. Look at motherfucking Avatar. Look at Avatar. Y'all gotta rework that shit. Move Hollywood out the way and rework the story, because God talks in stories. So God lived in Hollywood. Y'all didn't know that? God lived in Hollywood long time ago. Why did they put that land mass of all the concentration of energy into there and had energetic people going to Hollywood and wanting to be a star? Because what were they? Were they channelers or no? Were they channeling information or no? What were they channeling? To be so good at your craft that you could shift your form and become a different character. Who is the smartest people in Hollywood? Who got the best movies that was not controlled by corporations? Because corporations can tap into your soul and work because you want the money. But if you do it because you're passionate about this craft, you're passionate about your craft, you're passionate about your craft. This is your aircraft. This is your body. This is your craft. Your soul is in here, so it's your craft. Y'all looking for spaceships up in the sky, but y'all got craft right here. That God be touching down on your head, baby, and getting into your form. That's why they can act so good, because if you could look at the movies, you be seeing this small subtle thing. Niggas be shifting. They shift. And then they get to the highest point, and then it says, if you know how to channel to this point, you must be a Anunnaki god. You must be a fairy. You must be a this. Wake your ass up. Wake your ass up. And then they got a whole radio channel there. A whole radio channel. So then we could go listen. You listen deeper than the movies. Listen deeper than the movies. Listen deeper. Okay? Don't take everything for face value, because they're going to try everything they can to say, oh my gosh, she's waking up. Here's some money. Put this money in her face. Put this money in. See if she take it. See if she take it. Men come up to me when I'm young, say, how much do you want to be happy in life? He said, all you got to do is give me your soul. I was on the playground at this point. When I was younger, it was a linked fence. And he came up to the fence and he had his hands on the fence. And I could see through the veil. So I saw he had claws. His hands were in a chain link fence and he had claws. He said, little girl, how much do you want for your soul? I'll give you any amount of money you want. You want to be famous? You want to be rich? You want to be this? You want to be that? I can see your light. I can see the light of God inside of you. And I want it. I'm going to go get you food. I'm going to go get you something to snack on. He said, I can see it in you. And I said, you really messed up on this one, buddy. I took off my little mask, my Egungun mask that I portray as. And I revealed that I had a lion head. And when I revealed that I had a lion head, he started to run. But I called my brothers, I called my uncles, I called my people. And I said, he just tried to buy my soul. He don't know my head not for sale. He doesn't know that. But he tried. So he mine, right? They said, hey, the rule book states if they try to take your soul and offer you money, they're yours. I said, cool. Take them down. Portal opened down the street. Hella motherfuckers jumped out of that portal and got them. I said, thank you. We're taking care of the future by cleaning up the past. We're taking care of the future by cleaning up the past. And my pastor told me, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. Yea, Kanye, yay, yay, walk me through the valley. Walk me through the valley so I could fear no evil and get to God. How many times I died already? Nigga, I died last night. Woke back up. What is going on? They try to shut my economy down by overloading it with coal, by digging up cobalt, by creating small motherships in computers and phones, synthesizing organic matter, synthesizing our consciousness and turning it into computers. So thus making it to the fact that the computers are a part of the mother, so the mother can see everything. Y'all, I don't get it. That she could see everything through every computer because you're using cobalt? Because you're using the energy from the earth? So you're saying that everything I do is being watched? Huh? Everything I say is being watched. We just got to take it from the simplest perspective. These men are dumb. These feminists are dumb. I'm talking about the ones that think they own the earth. They're dumb. They saw what God's children were doing, and they're like, shit, we need to rework this and make it work in our favor because they're distracted by the spiritual battle. And we'll take over the world by moving it into physical. By blinding the children because they're too busy meditating and taking care of the spiritual, will overwork the body, making them slaves to this our system, and they're building up our system as slaves while they're trying to organize the spirit. If you're not organizing your spiritual world and your spiritual life, your physical life is shit. Your physical life is shit. But you organize that spirit, get the physical body on par, you good. So you got to take off the devil's mask and see behind who the devil. Who is evil? Who is the motherfucking Skywalker's daddy? Who's Skywalker daddy? Luke, I am your father type shit. Who is it? Who is it? Who is the father behind the mask? Was it James Earl Jones? Who did the voice? Did I have a dream? Martin Luther King. So when we look at the evil and we look at the good, we gotta look at Earth as a training ground for warriors. What? We gotta look at the Earth as training grounds for warriors. If you call yourself a motherfucking revolutionary, you call yourself a warrior, then your ass is speaking up in any way you can, whether they listening or not, whether they're following or not. I got sad because everybody is following these people, and I'm like, well, I got information. And then I said, God told me, my father told me, my earthly father told me, because he be touching down in these bodies too, told me, don't cry, dry your eye. There's a reason for the season, baby. There's a reason for the beginning of winter. There's a reason I put you in the cold, out in the cold. There's a reason I put you in the cold. There's a reason I put you at the top of the fucking mat where the head's at. The head of state's at, in the head. There's a reason I placed you in a section of the heart. You're in the heart of dreamland. They called California Hollywood Dreamland back in the day. It was Dreamland. It was the niggas who controlled the dream realm. It was the men who control and women who controlled the dream realm. That was the fucking heart of the ship that used to be. So we flipped that bitch. So now we gotta gather the missing pieces of the puzzle. We gather the missing pieces of the puzzle. No more. That was just a present for being so good. You don't get that every second, all the time. Anyway, I'm gonna go, guys. I was on my preacher mode, but I gotta get out of here. Have a good day.